गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू डियर एस्पिरेंट्स। सभी अभ्यर्थीगण को मेरी ओर से शुभ संध्या। It's 7:30, so let us begin our evening session. And today we are going to take up some uh, MCQs. So here comes the question number one of the day, dear aspirants. Which of the following is are the characteristics of singularity tiny ball? TINYBALL. Now the number one, unimaginably small volume, two, infinite temperature, and three, very low density. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A, only one is correct. B, only two are correct. C, all three are correct. And D, none is correct, dear aspirants. So we have to find out the correct answer. Unimaginably small volume and infinite temperature. These two are correct, but very low density. This is not correct. So our answer should be B. Only two are correct. Now you must be curious enough to know uh, this singularity. Okay, a tiny ball. What does it stand for? So, dear aspirants, unimaginably a small volume, a singularity is a point in a space-time where the density and gravity are predicted to be infinite. Okay, have you got it? So, for your conceptualization, let me read. A singularity is a point in a space-time where the density and gravity are predicted to be infinite. Nisa, very good evening. So this means it would have zero volume or an unimaginably a small size. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Now, infinite temperature, the laws of physics, as we know, them break down at singularities. And one of the consequences is that temperatures would reach infinity. Hence, it is correct. Now, the third statement is not correct because very low density singularities are actually characterized by infinite density, not very low density. This means that an infinite amount of matter would be compressed into an infinitely small point. So, statement 3 is not correct. Dear aspirants, here comes the question number 2 of the day. We have two statements. Consider the following statements. Number one, formation of a galaxy begins with the accumulation of huge clouds made of hydrogen gas. Now you have to examine the statement to find out the correctness. The formation of a galaxy begins with a accumulation of huge clouds made of hydrogen gas. The second statement, stars are localized lumps of gas about 5 to 6 billion years ago. Which of the above statement is correct? A, only one, B, two, C, both, and D, neither one nor two. Dear aspirants, in this MCQ, both the statements are correct. The formation of galaxies indeed begins with accumulation of jet clouds made primarily of hydrogen gas. These clouds, called giant molecular clouds, can be hundreds of light years across and contain millions or even billions of solar masses of gas. Gravity plays a crucial role in pulling this gas together, leading to the eventual formation of galaxies. So, statement 1 is correct. Now, growing nebula develops localized clumps of gas. These clumps continue to grow into even denser gaseous bodies, giving rise to formation of stars. The formation of stars is believed to have taken place some 5-6 billion years ago. So, statement 2 is correct. Dear aspirants, let us move to the next question. And here, which of the following is are the components of our solar system? Number one, sun, star; two, planet; three, satellite; four, comet; five, dust particles; and six, asteroid. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, only 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and D is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Which of the following is are the components of our solar system? हमारे सौर मंडल के D. D is the correct answer. Very good. Wonderful. So sun, planet, satellite, comet, dust particle, and asteroid. Okay. These are the components of our solar system. So correct. The central star of our solar system, around which all other objects orbit, is sun, planet, satellite, comet. Comet is a celestial body made up of ice, dust, and rock that orbits the sun. Comets have a highly eccentric orbit, taking them far beyond the orbit of Neptune as their farthest point. Then dust particles, tiny particles of ice and rock that orbit the sun, mostly concentrated in asteroid belt. Parsuram Kumar ji, very good evening. An asteroid, rocky, airless remnant from the formation of solar system that orbit the sun, primarily in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. So, just to enhance your knowledge, I have read it. Dear aspirants, now comes the question number 4 of the day. Consider the following statements concerning terrestrial planets and Jovian planets. I hope you will be able to answer this question. We have 3 statements. Please listen patiently. The density of terrestrial planets is greater than that of the Jovian planets. This is statement 1. The density of terrestrial planets is greater than that of Jovian planets. Now, the second statement, during the formation of solar system, the terrestrial planets were formed first, then the Jovian planets were formed. And third, atmospheres are found on terrestrial planets, whereas atmospheres are not found on Jovian planets. So, which of the above statements are correct? A, only 1, B, only 1, 2, C, 1, 3, and D, 1, 2, 3. Are you able to answer? Okay. If you are not able to answer, the answer is A, that is only 1. Jovian planets mainly composed of lighter gases like hydrogen and helium, and have lower densities than the terrestrial planets made of denser rocky materials. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Now, Jupiter and Saturn are assumed to have formed first and fastest in the solar system's initial 10 million years. Rocky planets develop in the warmest areas of the disk closer to the star. There is not much gas left for the terrestrial planets to accrete once the icy giants form. Rocky planets such as Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars may take tens of millions of years to form after a star is born. So, second statement is not correct. And third statement is also not correct because all Jovian planets have thick atmospheres, primarily composed of hydrogen and helium. However, the composition and structure of their atmospheres differ significantly from those of terrestrial planets. So, dear aspirants, now let us move to the question number 5 of the day. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एस्टेरॉयड एंड कॉमेट? कॉमेट और एस्टेरॉयड के बीच क्या अंतर है? तीन बातें हम आपके समक्ष पढ़ेंगे. एस्टेरॉयड्स आर सम रॉकी planetoid, while comets are formed of frozen gases held together by rocky and metallic material. Second, asteroids are found mostly between the orbits of Jupiter and Mars, while comets are found mostly between Venus and Mercury. Three, comets show a perceptible tail, while asteroids do not. Which of the statement given above is are correct? A 12, B 13, C 3, and D 1 2 3. Dear aspirants, the second statement is not correct. First and third statements are correct. So our answer should be B. Okay. Asteroids are found mostly between orbits of Jupiter and Mars, while comets are found mostly between Venus and Mercury. This statement is not correct. Comets show perceptible tail, while asteroids do not. This is correct. And asteroids are small rocky planetoids, while comets are formed of frozen gases held together by rocky and metallic material. This is correct, dear aspirants. So, I hope you have enjoyed all these questions. Now, let us move to the next question. Consider the following statement regarding sisal plant, SISAL. And we have three statements. Number one, it is a xerophytic monocarp semi-perennial leaf fiber producing plant. Okay, such are the adjectives. Now let me read. It is a xerophytic monocarp semi-perennial leaf fiber producing plant. Now the second statement, sisal fibers are used for making ropes, paper, cloth, and highly absorbent materials for menstrual hygiene product. Third, in India, sisal is mainly found in Orissa, Maharashtra, and southern states. How many of the above statements are correct? A only one, B only two, C all three, and D none. Dear aspirants, the answer is C. All three statements are correct. It is a xerophytic monocarp semi-perennial leaf fiber producing plant. So recently, the Stanford team has found that an absorbent material can be produced using sisal leaves and could replace cotton, wood pulp, and chemical absorbents in sanitary napkins. Fiber is the most important of the leaf fiber group. It is a xerophytic monocarp semi-perennial leaf fiber producing plant. Sisal leaves are stiff, green, sword-like, and possesses exceptional durability. These leaves store water due to their succulent nature, making sisal plants drought resistant. So, dear aspirants, this is the now Brazil is the largest producer. This is also worth to note. Now, let us move to the next question, and here it is elasmo branch. Elasmo branch. Okay. We have four statements. The term elasmo branch refers to the sharks, rays, and skates. Second, these animals have a skeleton made of cartilage rather than bone. They reproduce sexually with internal fertilization and either bear live young or lay eggs. And the fourth statement, they don't have swim bladders, but instead their large livers are full of oil to provide buoyancy. How many of the above statements are correct? A only one, B only two, C only three, D, all four. So, dear aspirants, here the answer is all the statements are correct. So, our answer is D, that is 4. The meat of shark and rage Elasmo branch, long consumed by tribal and coastal people in India, has found favor among new demographic categories such as foreign tourists and Indian middle and upper classes. The term Elasmo branch refers to the sharks, rage, and skates. These animals have a skeleton made of cartilage rather than bone. So, elasmo branch, its skeleton is made of cartilage rather than bone. They have 5 to 7 gill openings on each side. So, dear aspirants, this is all about the uh, the elasmo branch. Okay, elasmo branch. All the four statements are correct in this MCQ. Now, consider the following passage. It is organized every year for 5 days, starting from the first day of New Year in Assam. The main attraction of this festival are of local folk cultural, ethnic, local handloom, dressage, boating, etc. The major aim of the festival is to promote ecotourism in this biodiversity hotspot of Assam. The motive of organizing the festival every year is to preserve the water body, the water level of which has rapidly been lowering over the years. The above passage is related to which of the following festival? A. Chandubi festival, B. Dehing Patkai festival, C. Majuli festival and D. Hornbill festival. तो अब आपको बताना है कि ये कौन सा फेस्टिवल है. डियर एस्पिरेंट्स, द आंसर इज ए. इसको नोट कर लेंगे. द आंसर इज ए, चांदुबी, CHANDUBI, CHANDUBI, चांदुबी फेस्टिवल. सो हाल ही में रिसेंटली चांदुबी फेस्टिवल वाज सेलिब्रेटेड अलोंग द चांदुबी लेक in the state of Assam. It is organized every year for 5 days, starting from first day of New Year along the Chandubi Lake, which is situated in the state of Assam. The main attraction of Chandubi festival are local folk culture, ethnic cuisine, local handloom and dressage, boating, etc. The major aim of Chandubi festival is to promote ecotourism in this biodiversity hotspot of Assam, preserving the water body, the water level of which has rapidly been lowering over the years, has been the motive for organizing the festival every year. So, dear aspirants, now let us move to the next question. Consider the following statement regarding sky dew, DEW. Sky dew. We have three statements. Number one, sky dew is a massive balloon-like structure in the shape of a puffed aircraft. PUFFED. Second, it is one of the largest aerial threat warning systems in the world. And third, the technology has been jointly developed by Israel and US. Which of the above statements are correct? A12, B23, C13 and D123. Dear aspirants, the correct answer is D. All the statements are correct. Sky dew, DEW, is a massive balloon-like structure in the shape of a puffed aircraft. It is one of the largest aerial threat warning system in the world, and the technology has been jointly developed by Israel and US. So this is all about sky dew. Sky dew. Dear aspirants, I hope you have understood it. Now, question number 10 of the day. Consider the following statements regarding pathogenic fungi. FUNGI. Pathogenic. We have only two statements in this MCQ. Pathogenic fungi are naturally occurring organisms that infect and cause diseases in insects, pests, and sometimes in plants. Second, they offer an eco-friendly alternative to chemical pesticides, reducing reliance on harmful chemicals. So, which of the above statement is are correct? A, one only, B, two only, C, both one and two, and D, neither one nor two. Dear aspirants, the answer to this MCQ is C, that is, both the statements are correct. Recently, what happened? The scientists have characterized a natural pathogenic fungi to help save eucalyptus forest from devastating pests. Pathogenic fungi are naturally occurring organisms in organisms that infect the cause diseases in insects, pests, and sometimes in plants. So, dear aspirants, we have completed the 10 क्वेश्चंस, ऑल इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस। और अब आगे हम लोग ये चलेंगे जहां पर इसके अतिरिक्त और ऐसे ऐसे प्रश्न हैं जिन पर आपका अभ्यास कराना काफी आवश्यक है ताकि आपकी सफलता सुनिश्चित हो सके। डियर एस्पिरेंट्स, तो आइए चलते हैं कुछ अन्य प्रश्नों की ओर जो अति महत्वपूर्ण है और काफी अच्छे से आप पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, ये भी महत्वपूर्ण है। आपका पठन पाठन नियमितता के साथ हो रहा है, ये भी काफी महत्वपूर्ण है। डियर एस्पिरेंट्स, यदि आप लगनशीलता के साथ अपनी पढ़ाई करते हैं तो सफलता निश्चित रूप से प्राप्त होगी। यस, तो आइए चलें। कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट विथ रेफरेंस टू कोर ऑफ अर्थ, CORE, core of earth. The outer core is in solid state while inner core is in liquid state. Now you have to find out. Consider the following statements with reference to the core of earth. क्या हमने पढ़ा पहला स्टेटमेंट? The outer core is in solid state and inner core is in liquid state. दूसरा, the density of earth at edges of core is comparatively higher than density at center of the core. और तीसरा और अंतिम, the core is composed of heavy materials like nickel and iron named as knife layer, NIFE. How many of the statements are correct? A, only one, B, only two, C, all three, and D, none. Dear aspirants, outer core is in liquid state and inner core is in solid state. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The density of material at core boundary is around 5.5 cm3 and at center the density is 13 cm3. So, statement 2 is also not correct. The core is composed of heavy materials like nickel and iron named as knife layer. So, statement 3 is correct. So, our answer is A, only one statement is correct. तो ये प्रश्न निश्चित रूप से आपको लुभावना लगा होगा, हालांकि मेरा विश्वास है कि इसका उत्तर आपको मालूम होना चाहिए। तो आइए इसी तरह का कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स. वी हैव 3 स्टेटमेंट्स एंड दिस क्वेश्चन you have to answer. Earthquakes are only generated by sliding of rocks along fault plane. Okay. Second, stretching and squeezing of rock is caused by P waves. And 3, S waves can travel only through solids and are lost in liquids and gases. So how many of the above statements is are correct? A only one, B only two, C all three, and D none. Dear aspirants, the first statement is not correct. 2 and 3 are correct. Earthquakes are only generated by sliding of rocks along fault plane. This is not correct. Earthquakes are also caused by mining, volcanoes, or explosion, etc. Okay. Now the second statement, a stretching and squeezing of rock is caused by P waves. This is correct. And S waves can travel only through solids and are lost in liquids and gases. This statement is also correct. So, dear aspirants, now during volcanic eruption, deposition of lava in anticlines and synclines of folded mountains accounts for formation of ये किसका फॉर्मेशन है ए फाकोलिथ बी लैपोलिथ सी बैथोलिथ and D laccolith. Dear aspirants, the answer is A Phacolith. Phaco Phacolith. A wavy mass of intrusive rocks found at base of synclines and at top of anticline in folded igneous mountains. Such wavy material having definite conduit to source beneath the form of magma chambers called as phacolith. So option A is correct. Dear aspirants, which of the following statements regarding measurement of earthquake are correct? A. The point directly above the focus on the surface is called epicenter. It is first point to absorb the waves. Now B, the intensity scale relates to the amount of damage caused. C, the Richter scale relates to the energy released during quake. And D, all statements are correct. Are you able to answer? The answer is, I'm waiting for your response. The answer is D. All the statements are correct. The point where energy is released is called focus of an earthquake, also known as hypocenter. Okay? And the point directly above the focus on surface is called epicenter. Dear aspirants, so it is first one to experience the waves. It is a point directly above the focus. The earthquakes events are scaled either according to magnitude or intensity of shock. The intensity scale relates to the amount of damage caused. The Richter scale relates to the energy released during quake. So all the statements are correct. Dear aspirants, now question number 15 of the day. 15. Consider the following pairs. You all know that the favorite area as far as UPSC prelims examination is concerned, the pair matching. Okay. So Vosges, Vosges, block mountains, Andes, young folded mountains, Girnar, residual mountains, and Mount Popa, volcanic mountains. Dear aspirants, now the correct answer is all these are correctly matched. Okay. Block mountains were formed due to faults caused by tensional forces. So Vosges, this is in Europe. Vosges, Vosges. Now Andes, okay, are young folded mountains. Folded mountains are formed due to folding of sedimentary rock strata. So Alps, Rockies, Himalayas. Now volcanic mountains are formed due to volcanic activity. Mount Fujiyama, Mount Popa, okay, and uh, and residual mountains are formed due to erosion by different agencies such as river, wind, glacier. For example, Vindhyaj, Rajmahal, Girnar, etc. So all are correctly matched. All are correctly matched. Dear aspirants, I hope you have written. आपने अपने नोटबुक में जरूर प्रश्नों को लिखा होगा और आपने बहुत अच्छी तरह से इसे एंजॉय किया होगा। सफलता अपने आप में एक अद्वितीय अलौकिक चीज है और वो तब आपको प्राप्त होगी जब आप मेहनत करेंगे, सकारात्मक रहेंगे और सबसे बड़ी बात, लगातार नियमितता के साथ अपने कर्तव्य पथ पर आगे बढ़ेंगे। ये समग्रता की परीक्षा है। केवल आप पीटी की तैयारी अलग से, फिर मेंस की तैयारी अलग से, फिर इंटरव्यू की तैयारी, ऐसा नहीं। ये समग्रता के साथ आपको ले चलना होगा। डियर एस्पिरेंट्स, आज आधे घंटे का समय यहीं पे समाप्त हुआ। कल तो फिर 7:30 बजे भेंट होगी। 15 क्वेश्चंस वी हैव डन टुडे, 15 क्वेश्चंस, और कल टारगेट होगा 20 क्वेश्चंस का। 20 एमसीक्यूज हम आपको सुनाएंगे, उसके आंसर बताएंगे और आपका रिवीजन कराएंगे। आज हमने कोशिश किया मैक्सिमम ज्योग्राफी, ज्योग्राफी का जो शुरू के जो अध्याय हैं तो उन पर हमने फोकस किया। कल फिर इसी तरह से नए नए प्रश्नों के साथ आपके समक्ष उपस्थित होंगे। तो तब तक के लिए आपसे विदा लेते हैं। गुड नाइट टू ऑल ऑफ यू। और निशा जी का थैंक यू आ चुका है, तो अब है कि आप सभी को भी हमारी ओर से बहुत बहुत शुभकामना। थैंक यू, गुड नाइट, बाय बाय।